Hello, and this is the P0 Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa-Francorchamps. And this is going to be our quali lap with not much left on the clock. We may get 2 runs out of these tyres, but it's probably not the best strategy. P2 currently. Didn't get a great exit out of La Source as we go up the hill. So we get a nice bit of toe there. Farrowin really gains us some time, so we are slightly quicker in the first sector. As we go into Lacombe, take as much curb as we dare there. Down into Rivage. And so we're gaining time now. Through No Name Corner. Back end wanted to step out slightly. Into Pouon. Possibly could have taken slightly more speed through there. But the Aston Martin Laverick moves out of our way. And we do gain time as we head into Stavelot. So that's a purple middle sector. As we head now up towards Blanchimont. Where will this lap put us? So 4 tenths up at the moment. Brake for the bus stop. Oh, we've lost a slight bit of time there. We don't improve too much. Oh, we're in a 10th. So it's the little mistake we did at last source at the start of the lap that ruined that. And we're not going to be doing another lap. So P2 less than a 10th off pole. And at the end of the session we're actually P4. The top 4 drivers all within 1/10 of each other, so this race promises to be a spectacular one. Very close. Skarma not far behind in 5th as well. Listen, top 4 covered by just over half, 10th and a half, but we're going to start and it's going to be raining. What kind of start can we get here? It's quite slow. Oh! Rob turns early for La Source. He lost it. Skarma's going to steam up the other side. We're getting nudges from everywhere. But we're going to hold on to 4th place. So we lost 1, gained 1. So we remain where we are. There's a yellow flag behind me. And it's so difficult knowing where the grip is, and this first lap is really going to be an adventure. It is forecast to get dry quite soon into the race, so I kept a dry setup, but we've just got no grip whatsoever. And there's a Ferrari looming large in our mirrors. It's not the Ferrari of Rob, it's the Ferrari of Dixon almost. I think you can see by the mini-map Rob's right at the back somewhere now. We're very tentative on this first lap, and we're losing a lot of ground to the top 3. Skarma had a very good start from 5th to 3rd. But I think he ran wide through Pouon then. And I think as it glides up, each lap is just going to be an adventure for everyone to find where the grip is and where the optimal line is. And then Skarma seemingly struggling in the middle sector, and we've caught up with Skarma now.
We're looking at another 5, maybe 10 minutes of this rain. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now, dries or inters.
I think my engineer's wrong then. It's definitely into weather, but it won't be for long. Skarma yet again goes wide, using all the track and a bit more. And I think Adam behind us, Dix Enormous, is probably quicker than us at the moment. That Ferrari showing really good pace in this weather. So how well can we take Eau Rouge and Raddy on this time? That's much better. Matty and Chubby Slug out front. Chubby Slug's made a move for the lead by the looks of things. And the question is now, is when is the dry weather coming in, and when is the best time to change tyres? I'm slowly getting more confidence in the car now. We're catching both Matty and Skarma. And that's a purple sector as well, so we're definitely catching, but ooh, don't want to run too wide there. That will have lost us possibly a slight bit of momentum coming off that corner. Skarma surely puts up a black and white flag for track limits there. But Matty's definitely slowed down here. And we all know Chubby Slug's powers in these kind of conditions. So it wouldn't surprise me too much if he streaks away in that Alfa Romeo, but there's definitely a battle coming here. And I wasn't as quick as Skarma then through the Eau Rouge section. But it has been the middle sector where I'm gaining time. Trying to miss these curbs, they'll spin you. They'll chew you up and spit you out, especially in these conditions. Not much of a field spread here at all. It seems there's quite the train now. Rain, of course, the great equaliser. We're much quicker with Dixie Norris behind us through that section of corners. We've caught right up to Skarma now.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
And dries are being recommended, but I still think it's slightly too wet at the moment.
Understood, copy that.
The track is still quite wet. The rain is still falling. The Skarma runs wide yet again. And so as we head into the bus stop, and that's when DRS is enabled, so we might have missed a trick here, but I still think that the inters will be quick enough. There shouldn't be too much of an undercut. But we struggle to slow the car down full of sauce. So a few of us have tried something different by staying out. Try and find some puddles in these inters. We'll need it. Feeling a bit cooler for this middle sector. Feeling a lot braver now trying to ride the curbs. His Chubby Slug is retired and that's huge. And if that's a safety car, we are quids in here. It's not going to be. That's quite unfortunate. We'd have been quids in there. So maybe those drives aren't working at the moment. And it's difficult. I cannot see the likes of Matty what his pace looks like. So I'm quite blind at the moment. But there he is, and he's only 15 seconds behind. So it'll be interesting to see how much that moves down. And it's moving down a lot, and I'm quietly convinced now then So it is time for the dry tyres. Now I'm going to put the softs on, because that would probably be my best bet in these types of conditions, to be quick at first, but it'll definitely be having to stop again, miss the apex of the bus stop into the pits we go. We come out with 6 seconds behind Matty. We'll need to make these softs work at this point. They'll be slightly quicker on a grind track, but I haven't got as much confidence. It's an overcorrect there and going into Ravage. And Skarma is now out. And I'd say a podium is definitely on the cards here. Chubby Slug out. Skarma out. And Rob Wills somewhere in the back. The only thing is I'm not pulling away from Dixie Enormous, Michelando and Mick. On those three are definitely quick enough to win a race. And to also get on the podium, and I just haven't got the confidence on these soft tyres at the moment. I thought I'd get a little much more grip.
There's been an incident on track,
As we send out how I end up cutting the source, even though there's a big wall there.
Be careful. We've been awarded a
Oh, now we've got a penalty.
against our finishing time at the end of the race.
And if I do get a podium out of this, I'm going to have to do it the hard way. And so on lap 7, and there's a safety car. I'm not sure why that is, but I think this would be the optimum time to pit, and that's why there's a safety car. There's an Aston Martin in the middle of the track, straight after Blanchimont. So it will be time to pit now.
Slow your pace immediately.
And there's Matty, and he's picked up a puncture. And this is going to ruin our race now. Matty has picked up a puncture in the Williams, and he's crawling through the pit lane. And any advantage we were going to have pitting under the safety car has just disappeared.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pit.
And look at that, the Ferrari of Dixie Enormous.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
And as we go to Rouge, we'll catch up with the safety car. Oh, the back end we corrected. Oh, we've corrected too much. We're heading for the wall. And that's our race over. And so we've got to sit as a spectator to watch the remainder of the race. And our slim championship hopes are definitely over now, unless something quite extraordinary happens again. Look at Rob Wills' recovery. He was back of the grid on the first lap. And Matty, who was dominating the race at one point, is down to 7th. And so as I go to lap 10, this battle is going to heat up here. Matty with fresher tyres and the pace. He was the man on pole position, and what can he do? There's some moves going on. Has he got the run on Mick going up to La Source? Oh, Mick's going to run wide there. Yeah, picks up a warning. His third one, that'll be a time penalty. And he'll have lost momentum trying to accelerate off the curb as well. So even without DRS, I expect Matty to make a move here as Niari goes wide as well at the top of the hill. And Dale Shooter spun somewhere as well on the top of the hill, but he's good to carry on. Rob Wills getting ever closer to Jock. And look at this at Rivage. Great move by Mick, very, very good. And is Matty going to try and make a move sticking to Pouon? That's brave, he makes it stick. And is Aaron going to try and follow him through in that Alfa Romeo? He is. I don't think he's going to be able to. There's a little bit of contact. And again. And the Ari's going to run wide. Ooh! That could have been a much bigger accident then. But Aaron gets through it as well. And I think all them. Oh, and there's Niari spun. I was about to say. I think Niari's tyres have aged. And I think that goes to prove it. Big spin. But as we go on to lap 12, will Rob make a move here on Jock? He's going to use that Ferrari power along the Camel Straight, and the move's done before he even gets to Lacombe. As Matty makes his recovery drive, move on Mick. And Matty could still win here. Mika, Rob, Jock, all their tyres are very old. Dixie in the second Ferrari and fourth is in a brilliant position. Because he picked the same lap as Matty did, jumped in because of Matty's puncture, of course. So what can Matty do? There's a yellow flag somewhere. I'm not sure what's happened. I think that's Pedro. And it was Pedro. He's going to get back moving. Michelando leading this race currently. Rob in the Ferrari will want to get into his DRS zone. As Matty starts setting fastest laps. And here's Ari looking to make a move in the Alpha on the Red Bull of Mick. As Mick picks up another warning, he runs wide at the top of the hill. And Aaron's made that move. He pulled out very, very late, but he got the move done. He's in P6. I did notice that Jock picked up a time penalty somewhere as well. So as it currently stands, there'll be two Ferraris on the podium. And on lap 13 there's a VSC. And Jock and Michelando have decided to pit. It's not something I'd have done. I think those mediums should have gone to the end. That was my plan when I pitted. And look at that. They're not even going to get the benefit of a full VSC. And at the moment now then, it's a Ferrari 1-2. Rob is vulnerable. Dixie, Matty and Arwin have much fresher tyres than he does. And so it'll be interesting to see what the Ferrari strategy might be here. Will Rob back off and allow Dixie to have DRS to defend from Matty? We'll soon find out. Matty is within that DRS zone, and it looks as though Rob Wills has backed off to ensure Dixie's going to get some DRS. Ooh, but Dixie is out of that DRS range now. I think he had a bad exit at the bus stop. Look at that. Rob is backed off just before the DRS detection line going up the hill. So this is Maranello plan. Teamwork at play. Matty's got a very good run. A lot of top speed in that car. But the Ferrari boys are just going to box the Williams in. And some really, really good tactical driving by the Scarlet team for Maranello. Matty thought of a look down the hill to Rivage. Very, very brave to try and move down there. Any move down there would normally lead into understeer because of the downhill camber. And so the boys from Ferrari really working well together here. Dixie with some great car placement then. Absolutely brilliant. Knew Matty could not go anywhere. And if this carries on with the DRS, Matty's best option maybe to try and get a decent run out of Blanchimont and into the bus stop, and I think that's what he's going to try. That would be the best thing for him to do, I think. And this is fantastic driving by all. Dixie Normus, the Minister of Defence for Italy at the moment, as Niari picks up a penalty. Dixie didn't get the best run coming out of Eau Rouge, as I think we're about to. We're going to go back to it. And look at that, parking both the cars middle of the track. Dixie will go through. So Dixie will take the lead as we see Michelanda go through on Brown Dog on his recovery. And there's a yellow flag and Rodders is out. Where's that happened? And that's a VSC. And so that's going to neutralise the field, but as we get on with it, the Ferrari boys really defending hard but fair. Matty and that Williams must be so frustrated. Matty will need to realise that the run down the Camel Straight probably isn't going to work, but he'll have another go. He's probably wise in saving energy for the run from Blanchimont. And that's a poor angle, but you just see Rob on the inside defending that line. Absolutely fantastic. As they head down into Rivage. What this is allowing is this little battling. Aaron Evans in 4th place in that Alfa Romeo. Starting to catch up now. Is Matty much quicker than Rob then. And oh, Adam's picked up a penalty. At the moment, Adam will not finish on the podium. The only thing Adam can do here is to make sure Matty does not beat Rob championship wise. Will Matty go for a move down to Blanchimont? Not this lap. But I do think that is the best place if he saves energy for a couple of laps and then tries to move through there. Because the Ferrari boys are absolutely in sync at the moment. Look how close Matty is though. Much better exit out of the source. Aaron Evans is in amongst this now. He's in the DRS zone. So that's a headache Matty definitely doesn't need. And so how are the Ferrari boys going to manage it this time? The same again, they're just going to box Matty in. And so Matty now definitely needs to start thinking outside of the box. Pedro puts in the fastest lap. Is it this contact? Was that Matty spun? Wow. Matty spun. I don't think there's any damage to the car. Aaron Evans took some real avoiding action to get around him. And so Matty ends at P6 after that. And, just to compound his misery, he picked up a 3-second time penalty. Is he close enough to Mercedes or Theon on this lap to make a move? And so as it stands, we're going to have Rob Wills winning. Aaron Evans, for his first podium, will finish second at the moment, unless Dixie puts his foot down. And is this the race where Rob seals his place as champion? It will be mathematically, of course. But this is a huge result. And I think all he'd have to do then is finish, as long as he finishes on or near the podium each race, I think the championship might be in the bag. As Rob has now dropped out of Dixie's DRS, and this is a real shame that Dixie picked up that penalty. He's driven brilliantly. A brilliant team drive, did everything he could to help Rob. And now Matty's out of the picture. They would have been free to race. I'm sure Bonotto would have allowed it. But it's unfortunate, a 3-second penalty is Theon gets to the inside line to go defend him into the source. Will Matty drive around the outside of him? He gets a much better exit. Now they're going to go side to side up the hill. No, Matty's going to tuck back in. Real big brain power for Matty. And now we'll get the DRS, and now he should get past Leon. And he could still pass Mick. So he could finish P4 on the road if he gets... Actually, it's going to be really difficult to get 3 seconds onto Leon as well. Pedro scored the fastest lap so far. Now as we get on to the penultimate lap, Pedro's going to look to make a move on Dale Shooter. Oh no, Aaron's picked up a 3-second time penalty. So Dixie's podium is confirmed as long as it stays as it is. And it's still a fabulous drive from Aaron at Alfa Romeo. His teammate lost his head in the tricky conditions. Aaron didn't. And that could be massive for the constructors' fight as well, especially with myself and Keith and the sister McLaren both DNFing. McLaren's have picked up 4 points in the last 2 races. So this is huge for the Alfa Romeo Championship charge. Ferrari look to be out in front, of course. Especially with what looks like another 1-2 here. Let's go with a 1-2 in Monaco. But that battle for second, it's races like this that'll decide it. And so on to the last lap now. And Matty could still finish 5th here, but he needs to. He's not going to beat Mick. Although Mick has got a 6-second penalty, so he will beat Mick as it stands. But he will not beat Theon. So he will finish 5th, I believe, if my maths are correct. And as Murray Walker used to say, F is F1 spelled backwards. And Matty really try now. So low on energy. Such a shame Dixie got that time penalty. Driven superbly. Played the team game. And once Matty hit trouble, his teammate, championship leader, couldn't really get anywhere near him. A faultless drive, bar the 3-second penalty. This will be a very popular podium, I think, to have Dixie and Aaron on it. 3 Italian branded cars on the podium. As Dixie comes into the bus stop for the last time, there's a yellow flag somewhere. Dixie will take the checkered flag. Rob will finish P1 though. As Arwin's going to come home in P3, and what's Matty going to do? Where's he going to finish? He didn't make the gap to Theon, so Theon finishes 4th. And that race will have hurt Matty, I think. I wonder if the spin was due to just pure frustration, not being able to get past the Ferraris. And that's how it finishes. As all the cars come over the finish line. Off to Zandvoort next week. A race. We've got pace up, but we had pace here and could easily have won that. But there we are.